And the back is completely black. The best way to save money on ink is to just ink the entire back with dark. Anyway, there's my badge. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. Show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Enough said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found the detective's card, didn't I? Yeah, I guess. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But don't you work together with him in criminal affairs? No, whoa! Now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? We're gonna do all the evidence first. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Skye to do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the awards ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. He's even got naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Yeah, we've heard about the rumors. Okay, so that's like the same evidence. So this ID card belonged to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying in the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Skye called him out there, to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. Excuse me, a little tired this morning. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there've always been rumors about Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took the case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Okay. So I presented all evidence. I've examined all evidence. I've talked about everything to him. So I think we're done here. I could, of course, show my 2 new pieces of evidence to some of these people. Could you take a look at this? Yes. You said you wanted some hot tea, okay? Alright. Not helpful. So, we've done everything with her. Let's move on to Edgeworth. Maybe he has something to say? Edgeworth is not here. This is a problem. Can we go back to the detention center, maybe? Nothing here. Anything in our office? We got some more evidence I can present to her, at least. Here, see this? Okay. Alright. And I don't think the girl had anything else to talk about. And I can't even talk to Edgeworth anymore. Was there anything else I could do with Gumshoe? No more talking. No more evidence. I'm like honestly completely at a loss for what to do right now. So let me look it up. Okay, so it turns out I need to go back to examining things here. I need to examine the weird whatever this thing is. I was wondering about that. What? The dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Sounds like a design oversight. Poor blue badger, fated to dance until he drops. Alright. I'm glad we added that to our evidence. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is... What's his name? The guy in the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal. Let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there. And nobody will look at you twice, pal. Let's check out those 2 new pieces of evidence. Okay, so I can't actually examine this, because it's like just a picture, basically. Hey, look here! It looks like something's been erased. Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe. Let's see. Annual bonus, $20. I think a couple of zeros are missing. No, that sounds about right, at least in that detective's case. Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator. I think that's about it for that. Okay, so maybe we can get over here now. This is a long investigation, too. To my understanding, I think... Let me take just a quick peek. Right, so we're going to have a bit more investigation here, and then I think we're done. Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime? Cold grave for men who lost their dreams. And me? I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? This is good music, though. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime. Cold? Okay, so he doesn't want to talk. You want to see my attorney's badge? Officer Marshall, could you take a look at this? Whoa, partner. If you're fixing to draw on me, you best get ready for a shootout. You ready to become food for the vultures, compadre? Are you ready, Mr. Wright? Somehow I don't think he's going to help us. Look at this. Whoa, partner. Okay, so he's not helping us with much of this. I imagine with almost any of this. Alright, compadre. Count to 3. Huh? You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas. Remind me to never visit Texas. Okay. Look at this payment stub. Count to 3. Okay. I think that means those are actual important evidences, but he won't do it until we show him this one. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe. Oh, that old cow dog. He holding a birthday party or something? Huh. Look where it should say letter of introduction. It says invitation. I think he just miswrote it. Great, Detective Gumshoe, I owe you one. No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Officer Marshall isn't a detective, he's a patrolman. That reminds me of something. That is odd. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. You want to talk about the Blue Badger now? Alright, compadre, count to 3. Oh, no, okay, guess not. Still won't talk to me. What's that? Some sort of police passport? This is Detective Goodman's ID card, strangely enough. Okay, so maybe it's the ones that... The ones that he said the other things are actual things I can talk to him about. We found it a good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance in this rat hole? If you want distance, get yourself to Texas. Texas? is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre? Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros. Compadre, I see your badge. Looks pretty round. Our badge is a star, a lone star shining in the nighttime sky. A beam of light, illuminating evildoers who come in the dark of night. Note to self, evildoers are weak against starlight. Hey, that's a sheriff's badge. 5:12 p.m. Prospector's bright red steed came in at a trot, real slow like. A trot? My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. So it seems the chief prosecutor was lying in wait. Maybe, waiting for a prince to ride in on a bright red horse. So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along. You want to talk about the Blue Badger yet? Nope. Not that, but we can do the prosecutor thing. Toy shield. Suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knight, maybe. Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these. Let me guess. Did it have a K for King of Detectives on it? Hey, they could use the same shield over and over. Note to self, the prosecutor's office in criminal affairs is surprisingly cheap. You know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. Okay, so now we can talk to him about these, and we've also gained the ability to pan right again. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest. A fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Guy and Detective Goodman. Nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot? So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't even know what that means. I don't mean any offense, but... Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. Calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh. I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog. Can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth. The cow dog's been kicked out of the cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, you don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? I bet this goes all the way to the top. Alright, let's move. So we can do a little examining now. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belongs to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Forget it. Right, let's check it out. Oh, it's doing it for me. I'm not doing that. Check. Okay, now I can check. Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different taste, you know? Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know. I see it's as popular as ever with the kids. Remember when we used to have straps on our cell phones? And when phones used to flip? Is that it? I just look at the strap? Can I open it? Oh, okay. The display is still on the redial button. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to dial the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Now, I wonder who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Why is that the ringtone? Not even like the other person's ringtone. Like, that's the I'm calling someone tone. Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belonged to Chief Prosecutor Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody, right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that, I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kinda strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Uh-oh. I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. So is there anything else to examine with that, or did we get it all? I think that was it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. This rope, is it... Yep, they laid it out in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. I don't know, we might have somebody else as well. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock in the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. This is a long investigation session. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. You're right. Let's see. 67S 12-2. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Okay, can't do much of that. I'm not entirely sure what else to hit up here. That's rope. We looked at the trunk. I tried to look at the police tape, but it's not doing anything, so I don't think you can. Is this one of them fancy car elevators? A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. B block is through there. That's where visitors park. I can see the lunch lane car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on that door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. I don't know what else I can do at this point. There we go. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow was none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's a-blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill wind? Someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence, arranging testimonies, you name it. He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? Because these are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors around Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they are off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Bambina? It's your sister, Chief Prospector Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. What? You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Didn't they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, How are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim in a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana's confessing to the crime. She said she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that just rang wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. A detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. But I'll tell you, this is going to be a long chapter because, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a 5-day, 5-investigation chapter. But anyway, that's going to be it for us today. Hope you guys enjoyed. A little bit long. Probably won't get it edited till tonight. Because I was thinking, probably not much longer than an hour. I mean, it's like an hour and 40 minutes. So, that's okay though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Bye!